Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Hypnospace Outlaw, where as you can see I have improved our desktop slightly. First of all, protected myself from the beef brain. I don't know if just having the shield image here is going to help or not, but I sort of don't want a beef brain. I also sort of don't care. So I'm protecting myself the minimum possible amount, which felt correct. Also, I've renamed our squid to Inky because Inky, of course, is the best Pac-Man ghost. And he is extremely miserable, and we're going to buy him some food. How much does it cost? 4? I'm going to buy like a bunch of food. Hey, buddy. Hey, you want this? You want this? What is that? Is it like a pill? Here, I'm going to buy him some more food. So his health is... Okay, this is a donut. That's great for your health. Food does not buy happiness. So this is one other way in which Hypnospace Outlaw is not like real life. Let me tell you something. If you gave me 2 donuts... and whatever the hell the other thing was, maybe it was supposed to be like a pair of macaroons next to each other, I would be extremely happy. Why are you so miserable? What is your deal, pet? What is your deal, Inky? Buy him food, drag his poop to the thing. If it's not disposed of, your pet's health will decline rapidly. Do not wave your pet's excrement in their face. It's not fun for them and it shouldn't be fun for you. Hold down the left mouse button over your pet to caress and tickle them to increase their happiness. I am not currently being a very good squid owner. He loves it when you scratch his huge cone head. He also sort of like moves upward, which makes it hard to keep doing it. There we go. Now I'm just playing with his tentacles in front of everybody. Feels like somebody ought to call protective services. Also, Gumshoe Gooper has a sidekick. It's a flamingo with just a human skull for a head. This is the coolest shit I have ever come up with. So that's what I spent my last 10 minutes doing. What is my job? What are we doing right now? Mind crash. Someone's hacked the Testopia main page and are threatening some sort of attack. That's right. That's what we're doing. Testopia, Teentopia. Listen, I don't need to be able to read to use the internet. If there's anything I've learned from seeing people use the internet, Squiddy just pooped, didn't he? Okay, alright. If there's anything I've learned from seeing people use the internet, he has a sick surfboard! Oh man, Happy Inky is the best Inky. What was I saying? People are bad at the internet is where the joke was going, but I can't remember how I was going to get there now. Teentopia! Well, this is familiar. Something told me that we weren't quite done with this nonsense. Alright, can I move this? No, I guess this is just the normal text anyway. The year 2000 mind crash cometh! The digital parasites you love so much are in danger. Okay, stop with the... Alright, trial of the festering egg. Timigan, you left your name in the music file that you attached to the page. Everybody knows who did it. Alright, the year 2000 mind crash cometh. The digital parasites you love so much are in danger. Only one can stop it, that's me. If only you'd make peace with your blessed imparted name, mother of son of Tim, dearest chosen one, then you could save them. Okay, so that's Marshmallow, right? Mother of son of Tim is Tiffany, aka Marshmallow. So this guy's mad that Tiffany's not into being called Marshmallow, and he wants her to stop that and just be called Marshmallow. Okay, well, what happens if I click on this? The Mind Crashotron! Uh-oh, time until Mind Crash. That's not very, Mind Crash disable. Emergency stop. These are not buttons. Except I name and input it here. Shoot. Oh my god, it's so hard to type for some reason. Was it just spelled Marshmallow? Okay, cool. I couldn't remember if he spelled it funny or not. Hey Marshmallow, or I mean Tiff, it's me, Tim. So I'm sorry that this is another one of my weird things, but I didn't know how else to get you to hear me out. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for whatever I did to hurt or offend you, and I hope we get to talk soon. I really miss our conversations. You're really important to me, and I don't want to throw away what we had. This is like actual human communication here. I think my squid just pooped. I really miss our conversations. Yeah, there is no mind crash. It's just a silly thing I did to get you to read this page. Chit-chat me and let's work on something together. You can write the whole thing and I'll just do the art and music. They had creative differences, it seems. P.S. Want to move to Cyberworlds, maybe? A hacker I'm good friends with, or a hacker good I'm friends with, found some evidence that hypnospace is really dangerous to your health. So I'm probably going to get off here as long as you come with me. And then, hey, Dr. Smolder Boulder is here as well. Let's throw away that squid poop. Where's the... There it is. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Oh, who's a good squid? You're a good squid. You know what else makes him happy? All of these cool skulls that are all around here. Alright, what was I doing? What is my actual job here? Please figure out how to disable or prevent the attack. You didn't have to do this important things in caps thing because it's a pain to keep it consistent. So, I'm supposed to report a violation. I mean, I fixed it. Okay, I guess let's just press the button. I fixed it, but I don't actually have a report for them? Ooh, check it out. Stick bricks. They're like really edgy Legos. Ask your mom and dad for the construction toy with attitude. Why would you want that? Why would you want attitude? I hate this new OS. Okay, well what? Malicious software notice? I like the new tone when you switch tabs in this thing. Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh, SB, good job. We saw this page but couldn't figure out what the password was. But it's a shame you guys don't actually spend any time at all on Hypnospace, or you would know. Should I... Can I go back to that page? Like... I'm just gonna... Uh-oh. Installing the Outlaw downloader. I didn't say to do that. I'm supposed to report malicious software. Hold on, get this out of the way. Report! Right, we have to file a report to close the case, and also to get paid. Nope, that's not a... Okay. Well, this thing is installing right now. Do not restart or log off, because the thing's not good. Installation is incomplete. It says, sometimes. I can't even close this. Okay, well, I can't get it behind the window. It's trying. Uh-oh. Outlaw is coming up over the other things that I'm doing. Probably this is going to be an issue. My suspicion is that what we are going to have here is an issue. Yeah, I don't actually know how to close this. Should we report... maybe I should have reported the mine crash images, but I don't think we're going to be able to see them anymore, right? Also, this Outlaw installer is just... It's just terrible. It's just doing terrible things right now. It's making my page look like some... what is it? Net settler nonsense. Oh, hey! Okay, well, I'm all virused up. Dear... That's not the button I wanted. Where is my HypnoCure? There it is. HypnoCure! Help me! Cure me! Okay, Hippie's having some problems. Cure me! Something's not right. It did not detect any viruses. I think you're mistaken. Infection alerts are active. I guess I would know if I was infected with anything that it could... Okay, power down your headset, set. Hey, I don't have a log off button anymore. That's gonna be a problem for me. There's not any other way to log off, is there, other than the button? I've always used the button. Okay. Parts of my system menu are exploding off. That seems... Well, I mean, the good news is that seems like a thing that can't happen for very long. There's not really a lot of options. Can I just, like, play Outlaw? Run, Inky, run! Oh, God. I can't believe he has to be here to watch this. Okay. That's... better, right? Although even the error screen seems to be having some issues. Hey, what happens if your HypnoS crashes and hangs? Does it make you unable to wake up? It seems like this could have some serious physical, long-term medical type effects. Okay, well I think I'm awake now because these are definitely blinds in a room. My eyes were definitely open for a second there.
California teen hacker responsible for the year 2000 mine crash virus that left at least 6 Hypnospace users dead has become the first juvenile charged in federal court with manslaughter by way of computer hacking. Tim Randall Stevens, who went by the handle Tim Again in Hypnospace, will serve up to 6 years in federal prison for the crime.
Wake them in time to take medication. The virus is said to have infected over 1,000.
I don't think it was Tim. Right? With his... It seemed like he wanted to disengage from Hypnospace. He thought it was dangerous. Huh. Alright. It said... Years later. I bet it was minks. Like, we're definitely missing a lot of information here. Years later. 2019, wow. Oh, that's actually today's date, isn't it? Hi. Keep all new content here. Do not...
Yes, Beat. You left me unplugged for like 20 years. What is wrong? You've got hip, no mail.
Hippie. Hippie quiet. Okay. The Hypnospace Archival Project. Keep all new content here. Do not create new content or manipulate old Hypnospace captures. Alright. What are we doing? What is the thing today? SB, I can't tell you how amazing it was to hear from you. Apparently I survived. It's been decades, but I knew there had to be someone out there with a working Enforcer headband. Is mine working? Me and a few former Hypnospace users formed a ragtag group to preserve content from the service's late 1999 period. Just before the crash, in other words. We've been unable to find anyone involved with MerchantSoft, outside of Artie, which is a story in itself. And we're pretty certain that the backup servers are long gone after MerchantSoft got raided. You represent the first major breakthrough we've had towards preserving a piece of history that would otherwise be lost. Please check the Lost and Found page on our intranet and help us track down a few of the things there. Enforcer headband units had an entire gigabyte of internal disk space. Our best guess is that Enforcer units doubled as mini backup servers, which conveniently wasn't told to the unpaid moderators who might have scrapped them for parts. We coded a little program to help you help us extract the data accessible in your headband and upload it to us. Download and install the attached program to get started. We're all really excited to see what you dig back up. Okay, we don't know Chelsea. Chelsea is new. Check out the zone we set up if you want to learn more about your fellow HAT members or catch up on what happened during or following the mine crash. Yes, I have a lot of questions, actually.
Downloading HAT installed.
Let's download this installer, but maybe not install it immediately. Yeah, hold on. I want to go to the thing here. What exactly happened? New pages by our HAP team members. Let's get to know one another. So Tamara Frost was like a spoken word artist, right? I guess, Inky, it's been a little while since you were out of your pen. Fair enough, but maybe you need to like take a little nap there, buddy. I know you just took a little nap, but wasn't it fun? Wouldn't you want to take a little nap again? Can I do this? Release Inky to the wild? Yeah, you know what? Inky, go. Be free, buddy. You did it. You're a hero. You survived the mine crash. Alright, what was I doing? Artie Dispenza. Artie Dispenza, that's a name that we definitely saw before. Artie Dispenza wasn't the Celtic wizard, was he? I guess let's have a look. Maybe. Okay, this is the Hypnospace profile page of Artie Dispenza. It is not an original Hypnospace page. Introduction. Time. Flow. 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 Time. Steaming. It looks like a spoken word poem to me. I'm trying to perform it. Did you use Hypnospace then? Hypnospace? Did we really use it? Or did it use us? I hope that was a long enough pause for that amount of space. Okay. Embarrassment is shame. Humiliation is hurt. Embarrassment is not me. Not us. This is how you know that he's not me. What are you up to now? Lover, designer, giver, breeder of hope, agent of peace. Wonder-filled spirit. Okay, you don't seem like you're going to be that useful to the project, mister. So he's not working on it with a headband. I'm the only person who has a functional headband, right? Everybody else is, like on traditional computers they're somehow probably running like a virtual machine that pretends to be a headband or something. Weird that they still wouldn't have a headband ID in that case, I guess. Alright, who's Chelsea Smith? Sorry about the lack of a picture, but here's this seashell. It's definitely not a scary. It's unlikely that anyone remembers me since I never made my own page or used chit-chat, but Hypnospace was a very important part of my life. This whole archival project was my idea, and thankfully Tamara was interested enough to help foot the bill. Tamara was interested enough to help foot the bill? What did she end up doing? Never got around to making a page. What are you up to now? Not a whole lot, really. Just working on a boring office job and reminiscing about Hypnospace in my off time. Huh. Hap co-lead along with Tamara. Tamara, what's up? How have you been doing? Perhaps better known nowadays as T. Frost. When Chelsea reached out to me about supporting the Hap, I literally jumped for joy. something special about Hypnospace. It felt like a lived-in place. That folks are out there trying to preserve its history inspires me greatly. This is, in fact, the old picture she used on Hypnospace, wasn't it? What are you up to now? I'm a poet for children. I wrote a few anthologies that your kids have probably seen at their school library. Okay, so she ended up doing, pretty well for herself in the space that she wanted to do well for herself in. That's nice. It's nice to see that somebody came out of this successful and also alive. I'm not so sure. It's been ages. For my age at the time, it was highly probable. Young Tamara didn't know where to take her life. She was an autumn leaf, blown every which way by people and social movements and her own creative whims. Okay, interesting. And what's up with Tim Stevens? Feels a little strange using this page builder so many years later, but yes, hi, I'm Tim. Yes, the same Tim you probably heard about back in early 2000. Yes, I went to prison. Yes, I spent the whole 6 years there, Jesus. I'm much different now, as anyone is after adolescence, and also probably 6 years in prison. Not really sure how to answer this one. Embarrassing is not the right word for what I caused. I still think about it every day, and I'm deeply, deeply sorry for it. So I guess he at the very least does believe that he was responsible for the mine crash. I mean, maybe. We never did get into Minx's secret page. I wonder if I missed some stuff. I was a kid messing around with tech that I knew almost nothing about. My entire world revolved around wooing a girl I was infatuated with and getting into a hacker group, and I would have done anything to impress either of them. Yeah, I've been there, man. I had no idea that I'd even be capable of harming people with the software I'd made. It was all so stupid. It's also not that smart to, plug a computer into your brain to the degree that people did, and I understand, as a huge fan of, cyberpunk stuff, that maybe sounds a little strange coming from me, but listen, I think the idea of transhumanism and the implants and everything is super cool. I would not get one. That's a neat idea to look at. Alright, this is where we'll post... here's where we'll post things that we believe may exist only in Hypnospace and would otherwise be lost to time. All you need to do is view the page that these things exist on, and they'll be sent to us and archived. Okay. Please do your best to find them, SB, as your headband backups may be our last hope. Okay, we know roughly where to get the Chowderman song. Adrian wanted to know that if you dig up a song that the Chowderman wrote about his helicopter accident. He remembers only a vague lyric about losing a leg. Adrian swears that he sent him a text file with the lyrics and chords and would really love to have it again, as I believe it would soothe Adrian's soul. Kev J, a close friend of mine and famous rap star, remembers putting his music on Hypnospace when he was in his early 20s, but never really getting any attention. Lost early song demo recordings. All he remembers is that some guy deleted him from a listing, saying that his music wasn't real music because it was flip-flop, and that he should do something more imaginative instead. I asked if he maybe used any search tags, but he didn't even know what I meant, so this may be a hard find. Okay. Hey, listen, I'm pretty good at looking around Hypnospace at this point. I'm almost certain that Roddy made an odd-looking test pet early in November that looked like that comic book floating eye he always used to talk about. Oh man, what was the name of that? I remember it was Taurus and something. Okay, I might be able to find that. A weird secret eye cult. I could be misremembering, but I think I remember all kinds of pages with a strange Egyptian eye on them. If my memory serves, I'm pretty sure even Adrian Merchant had that symbol somewhere. Okay, we'll look into it. And missing person Dimitri Jackson. The daughter and ex-wife of a Dimitri Jackson have contacted us, requesting any information we can find on what may have happened to cause his disappearance in late 1999. All they know is that he was using Hypnospace frequently at the time, and was communicating frequently with a rich guy who was going to help him fund some sort of sea voyage. He was last seen in mid-December 1999. Oh man, I hope I didn't cause this dude by giving him the money. I hope I didn't cause this dude to actually try to go undersea and drown. It's possible that I did. That's entirely possible. Well, okay, so I just need to look around for some pages. I guess we could go and install that thing. What happened here? The year 2000 mine crash was the year 2000 event. Without it, our biggest Y2K problems would have been 2 malfunctioning bus ticket validation machines in Australia and a couple dozen disappointed end times preachers. And when do you not have that? The mine crash wasn't the fault of a computer programming oversight or date-related bug. Its cause was an out-of-control joke virus created by a teenager in an attempt to impress an underground hacker group. Man, really? Is that really what it turned out to be? I mean, I guess it's possible. Like I said, you plug the computers directly into your brains. Some things could go wrong. Alright, he reached out to me last year about helping with the HAP, and we're happy to have him. Currently working on a program to help preserve data from the Enforcer headband units. I hope that after 2 decades you'll be able to forgive me and understand that I'm not the person I was at 16. Man, imagine if you had been making a thing to try to impress a hacker group or to just impress a girl, and you accidentally killed 6 people and destroyed a significant portion of the internet. How would you cope with that? I had a long time to grapple with the pain I caused people and make amends with the surviving family members of those who passed. Things were difficult after I left prison, but I'm happy to say I've been blessed with a wife and a little girl. Oh wow, Tiffany Wright was one of the people who died too. Jesus Christ, I can't believe this dude's still in one piece. Mavis Green. I don't think we knew Mavis Green. Rodney Hooks. Oh, Brendan Rubber died. Ringleader Roddy and Zane. Oh, wow. Well, I didn't care much for Zane, but he certainly didn't deserve that. Okay, it's getting quiet in here, and also I'm bummed out. Where's my soundscapey thing? Give me some Secret Forest. Need a little comforting music. This series has been very lighthearted so far. It would be great if we could maintain some or any of that. Alright, let's install the thing. I never did install the accelerator. Okay, so is that the thing that makes it so I just have to view the page, or do I have to interact with this? Alright. So it looks like I can go back.
Important message received from Tap_Tamara.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Alright, first of all, I want to wish you a warm welcome to our newest member, SB. We couldn't be happier to have you. The Hypnospace Archival project needs more outside attention if it's going to survive. Put it plainly, we need to attract donors. My own social reach can only go so far. The kids who read my books don't remember forums, let alone Hypnospace. I've been reading about how to reach people on a personal level and found that music is actually one of the strongest stimulators of both memory and emotion. To that end, our goal for the time being is to track down a few of music-related things on our Lost and Found page. Remember, you can switch between multiple dates using the HAP tool. Let's harness that nostalgia. So yeah, if the, what did it say? The Enforcer headbands had like a gigabyte of backup space or something? The way web pages were constructed at the time that is being sort of parodied by this game, they would only have been a few K each, so a gigabyte might have been enough to capture all of Hypnospace. Like, we probably have pretty thorough records. Okay, so how does this work? I don't have a lot of the Hypnospace... yeah, I don't have a lot of Hypnospace as it appeared at the end. We click one of these, we can just jump right through it. Right, that's not how we get to that. Like if I... This page has not yet been decrypted, but it's all present. It's unarchived and undecrypted. Need to figure out how to decrypt it. Why are there encrypted pages on the HAP intranet? Okay, well, let's start by going to... When did we get into Flist? It was November 26th, right? I wonder if it only saves pages I actually saw. Let's see. Had Chowderman... Hold on, Chowderman. Had Chowderman written a song about... Because at this point, the helicopter thing had already happened, right? Or maybe that didn't happen until the very end. Let's go back to... Ask the Chowderman. I think Cool Fest was before this, right? It was during the first time skip. Yeah, Cuff, my man, I let you down for the last time. So... But that doesn't mean he would have written the song by now. What does the version of this page look like from... So we didn't look at this page. Did we look at this page in December? I don't remember. Let's find a page that we know we didn't look at in December so that we can divine exactly how this whole thing works. Where's some place that I did not go in December? I don't think I went back to Zane's page. Let's jump to Zane's page and have a look at the different versions of it. No, I had not gone. Okay. Got my GF. So things changed a lot. Okay, somebody hacked Zane's page. So, yeah, we had not seen this version of this page, so our headband saved the whole deal, not just the pages we looked at, because it was being used as a server, which means we should still have access to everything then, right? Being on Zane's page is not directly helpful to us, but I guess let's look at it now that we're here. So yeah, this is the December version of the page. My mom gets my shoes at the dollar store. I'm on free lunch because my mom works at a gas station and barely even keeps the job going. My mom's boyfriend pays for Hypnospace so I don't hear them going wild all night in her room. So yeah, Zane here. I hope you enjoy the new version of Zane Rocks. Who hacked it? Was it Corey? Seepage sucks. Grade, farts, got him. Favorite movies, Nude Dudes 2, Naked Crimes. Favorite games, anything where you pet horses. Relationship, I'm with Corey now, big secret. So whoever the shitty person who hacked Zane's page is, it's not Corey, it was somebody who was trying to burn them both. Pretending not to suck. I mean, that's everybody's hobby, you don't have to say that. I'm too dumb to understand satire, so I thought this website was giving me an award, even though they weren't. He figured it out eventually. I wonder if they... Yep. Okay. Son of Tim here. So this was Tim's doing. Probably. That's kind of what I was figuring. Or it could have been... And we really don't know, do we? I'm still kind of curious what was up with Minx. We're going to have an easier time getting into Minx's stuff now that I know for sure that we still can. Probably. I guess let's stay focused on the job. Let's secure them some external funding and stuff. So, what is going to be the best way to do that? I guess the best way to do that is going to be to go back to the Lost and Found page and stamp it. Did my old stamps survive? Yeah. Okay. Oh, I need to be in the archival project, please. Yeah, Lost and Found. So the music-y stuff. The Chowderman song. Chowderman wrote a song about his helicopter accident. So probably the best way... Like I said, let's go ahead and stamp that. This page is it makes me so happy I could just cry. Let's go back to Chowderman Town. Sorry, get me to this version of the search. I assume that if he had written a song about it, it would be the latest version of the thing where we'd be able to access it. All great things come to an end. The release of Please Come Back Home marks the final chapter of Chowderman's career as a rock legend and celebrated songwriter. As a thank you to his loyal fans for years of support, he has decided to release Please Come Back Home for free. Is this the song?
Downloading Chowderman _ please come back home. Downloading Chowderman home.
Okay, well I guess let's listen to the song and we can figure out if it is in fact about the helicopter accident. And yes, we're just gonna have to listen through this whole Chowderman song. Sorry, everybody.
Chowderman's doing bad, Chowderman's feeling sad, Chowderman is not enough. Chowderman's burning out, this chowder life is going south, these chowder days ain't the same anymore. The Chowderman, please come back home.
The The forest music is still kind of happening behind it. I mean, this is about him being bummed out.
Had it all gone too fast? This child at times never lasted. Child a world in collapse. Wandering these child of plains, regrets flowing through my veins in a drought of your love. I'm swimming in the quicksand. I wish that you would take my hand, guide me to the child of land. Whiskey bottles, random trash, a child of clown with no act. You whisper, child of man, please come back home. The child of man, please come back home. The child of man, please come back home.
I don't think this is it. It hasn't said anything specific about the accident or about losing a leg. Hey, Kev J with 2 V's. We had a search in our history for a Kevin with 2 V's. Somebody definitely mentioned. We definitely saw that name somewhere, and then I searched for it because I was curious where that thread led, and there weren't any pages that had it as a tag. Where was that? Yeah, we saw that guy being really mad about Flip Flop. Shoot. Okay, well that's definitely not the right Chowderman song. Let's go back. Oh, that's... Okay, we don't need... I'm fine. No thank you. Let's go back here. So... We need... He'd already made the statement, but he probably hadn't had time to write a song about it, right? Yeah, probably not. So this the Chowderman thing we're looking for is probably going to be on the December version of Hypnospace, but it's clearly not this page. Or if it is this page, we've already done what we needed to do because we've viewed the page. You know, I don't know if there's a button. I wonder if there's a hotkey combination. And again, apologies if you've been shouting it at me, because I have not been reading the comments for fear of spoilers. I hope there's a hotkey combination somewhere for pausing the music player. But I guess if there was, they probably would have made us aware of that, right? The music shop. And the Chowderman's hotel room. The mountain roar background, that's compelling. But these would not have been about the crash, because they're written too early. Chowderman's hotel room looking for trouble. Boy, this is a Chowderman song we haven't heard yet. How does it still deduct Hypno coins? Well, I mean, I guess let's listen to this. Maybe he was confused, and it was actually an earlier song that made reference to losing a leg for some reason.
File added to Toonbox library.
I'm a child of man. I simply love to party.
Sure, who doesn't?
Never wake during AM. Because of all night parties. Go to Happy Birthday Hotel. I book a suite at the party. Fill up the suite I booked. With babes eager to party. When the moment of the party arrives, then the Chowderman just meet me in the lobby. Ride the elevator, rocket to the sky. Responsibility, I gotta
This isn't gonna work, right? Alright, I'm confident that this is not what we're looking for. Okay, where is my music player? Actually, for real, where is my music player? Toonbox. Stop. Nope, stop. It's not what I wanted. Okay. This is an upcoming rapper from the 843. So, I mean, these are his demos, right?
Downloading KBJ underscore Buffett Heights Rec. Downloading KBJ underscore we are
You don't actually have to listen to these. But this should totally do it. Or maybe these are the ones that he could already access? I will say it's a little bit cumbersome to switch between the different versions of the Hypnospace. Some guy deleted him from a listing saying that his music wasn't real music because it was flip-flop and they should do something more imaginative instead. So we saw a couple of demos there, but those are probably just not the ones he's looking for. Oh, I'm trying to remember. Okay, so when we executed that search, it didn't find anything, right? Which probably means that the time that this happened wasn't the December version of Hypnospace, because... Huh. I thought I remembered when we searched Kevin with 2 N's, or 2 V's, that didn't find anything. Maybe I misspelled it? Or maybe it was misspelled in a different way?
I'ma dance, dance, dance to the beat. Gonna stand on my head, gonna dance with my feet. Let's dance, dance, Wonderland. It's the best of time with the best of friends. I'm Kevin J, and I'm here to say
Maybe it would be better if this wasn't
They
archived.
got dogs and buds and friends surrounded. Gonna rock this house, gonna pound this floor in. I'm Greggy G, and I'm 4'3". People say I'm short, but that don't stop me. Gonna hop on
It
the table
sounds
while
a lot
I'm
like that's
around.
just
Gonna
still
drink
Kevin.
This punch gonna make this sound. Ha! I'm Rosalita, and it's nice to meet ya. Let me tell you about my very best speech.
Yeah, it's definitely still just Kevin.
Gonna bring the jam, yo, let me warn ya. 03, and you can't stop me. Dancing with my friends, getting super happy. We've been going for a minute, not gonna slow down. Come on, we're gonna run.
Okay, maybe this totally was what he's looking for. We definitely saw a page where a guy was shouting about flip-flop music being bad, and I think that's where we originally saw Kevin's name. But maybe this was good enough. Okay, we did in fact find Kev J's old songs. The risk of sounding like I'm fame-obsessed, I have to say this find is going to be enormous for us in the Hap. Kev J is the hottest flip-flopper today, and his fans and patrons are going to eat this up. These recordings are so adorable, too. Yeah, adorable is definitely a word you could use for that. Okay, so we did it. We're totally out here killing it. Okay, let's find the other thing. Boy, the Chowder Man was very popular. Okay, so I think that the recording would probably have been on the December version of Hypnospace. Let's see if anybody else made pages about like being sad about his Chowder career coming to an end. This is probably not quite what we're looking for. I'm pretty sure that this song didn't have anything to do with legs. Fortunately, a lot of the lyrics are written out here. What about this review? Did this review exist before? Uninspired hard rock riffs and unconvincing masculinity. This is a review for that older song that we listened to. All 8 songs are nearly identical. That's one of the saddest things I've ever heard. The album's mercifully short 30-minute running time is comprised of these 3 song templates. Chowderman lusts after women in horrifying detail. Chowderman is strong and can take you in a fight. Or Chowderman is sad about a lost love. I mean, that's basically just like a whole genre of music, right? If you've caught any television over the last decade, you will no doubt recognize his Yarling? Is that what that says? And the scan's not great. Mouthful of cotton rock anthems. So wait a minute, by 1986 he'd already been famous for a decade? That's... I mean, it's incomprehensible. It's borderline unconscionable. Okay. Gearhead Greg. In that Kevin J song, he said the second person that he pretended to be, or the first person he pretended to be, was Greggy G. I did think that was strange. I'm gonna get distracted from our job for a moment here. What's Greg's last name? Really? Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm searching tags. Gearhead Greg is the what in the world guy, right? Boy, that's just a bad... There were 4 characters in the string I was trying to type, and I got a 50% rate on those. Yeah. Greg Smith. Okay. Probably just a weird coincidence then. Oh yeah, remember that password stuff? We never did get into Sherry's secret passworded area, did we? And there's a lot of weird threads we picked up that we never finished. Okay, Chowderman. Getting distracted. How much more game is left? I was not under the impression that this was all that long. Sadly, there are no plans for a Cool Fest 2000. Yeah, I imagine that is the case. Maybe this song, since the song would probably have some mention of Cuff Johnson in it, maybe we should search for Cuff? Because we have now looked at all these. Maybe Cool Fest? Alright, let's try to get into Flist and see if that might give us some more access to some stuff. Because there was some... Man. Remove search terms. Garbage. Yeah, let's get into Flist, because there was definitely some Chowderman stuff on Flist, wasn't there? Well, my password was thanks for the HC. Apparently, it's real easy to get one of those if you have chit chat. Okay. That's right. We have to type in, we have to just search for Flist IDs. So, F. We could just search for the Chowdermans. Maybe he uploaded some stuff to Flist. I can't see why he would. Let's go back to his page. And we'll grab his ID. Really? 00088D. Okay, well that's easy enough. Maybe he uploaded it to Flist after he recorded it? One-legged man. For the Chowderman eyes only. Do not look. If you do not belong here, then do the right thing and go.
Downloading one-legged man.
That's got to be it, right? It says one-legged man in the name. Okay, well, we found the chords and the lyrics. Were we supposed to find the whole song?
Important message received from _party.
Nope, good enough. Rumors are true. Eric and I didn't have compatible auras, but I can't deny his talent and sheer lyrical brilliance. After all, his whiskers did grow at the speed of light. I'm sure One-Legged Man would have been a hit. Well, maybe it still can be now. Weird. Okay, so we found... our goal for the time being is to track down a few of the music-related things on the Lost and Found page, which we totally did. Roddy's early test pet, weird secret eye cult. Okay. Well,
From MS_Samantha.
Samantha. That's kind of who I was expecting to be heading this whole thing. Private, I need your help. My name's Samantha, but you know me as Chelsea. Okay. That answers some questions I had, because why would there be some person who never even made a page so interested in... But yeah, okay, stuff adds up. Switching back over to the Samantha account, I have something very important to tell you. Please wait for me. In the meantime, do more archiving or something. I have a lot to say. Okay, she has a long message to type. I guess let's spend some time looking for some more Lost and Found stuff. In early November, that looked like that comic book floating eye he always talked about. Let's jump to the November version of Hypnospace. Sorry, the early November version of Hypnospace. Are there any pages on here that talk about... Sorry, Taurus? Because I don't remember what the name of the other character was, and it would probably be easier to do this if we knew. Ringleader Roddy's thing. Ah, man, what is his buddy's name? We'll get to Samantha's message in just a moment. This is driving me crazy. This isn't even a game mechanics thing anymore. I just can't handle not knowing this character's name. Taurus and Muleta. Muleta. Okay. Well, We could read that whole fake backstory. We should probably do that. There's probably some pretty good stuff in there. Small, overtly comedic sequences or none. Alright, fine. Apparently she wants our attention right now. Okay. Once upon a time, I was an overworked employee at MerchantSoft. You can still see my picture on the team page. While we scrambled to put together the HypnoS Year 2000 update, Dylan Merchant worked on whatever he pleased. Lists, some weird big game project. I also caught him hanging around in some hacker group. A few hours before we went live with the update, a giant software package was uploaded from somewhere else in the building, while everyone else was gearing up for the MerchantSoft New Year's party. Yo, how did it take me so long to put together the fact that Outlaw is obviously what destroyed everybody's brains? This is the problem with my brain in general. It's already been destroyed. That's why I survived the crash. It's my secret, Cap. I'm always non-functional. I believe this was a software patch added to the Year 2000 update by Dylan, inserting last-minute changes that ultimately caused the mine crash. I absolutely believe that story. That is very clearly what happened. I believe Dylan Merchant is responsible for the resulting deaths. I believe Dylan knowingly allowed Tim, a fellow team member... I didn't realize... Did we know that Tim actually worked at MerchantSoft? To be framed for this disaster and spend 6 years of his life in prison. I need your help to prove it. Details incoming. Yeah, I am down. Let's do this. I need you to find and access files that prove MerchantSoft knew the 2000 date update wasn't ready, or Hypnospace knew their technology could have harmful effects on its users. That might be tricky. I do remember Dylan having an anxiety attack over a security breach right before Y2K. Yeah, I remember that. So maybe look underground. Attached to this email is an installer that will add a Submit to SAM button to your HSPD enforcement toolbar. Using the SAM hammer will send whatever you select directly to me without alerting the rest of the HAP team. If you find this information, do you have any idea what will happen? We can see justice done, all without telling a single other soul. Why would I want not a single other soul to know? That seems strange. But yeah, I remember that that email we got about somebody who maybe had access to the code base getting hacked. Okay. Well, we now have a plot again. We know where we're going. So my first thought is all that Minx underground stuff. Gaining access to Minx's page probably takes us to the underground whatever. But first we gotta read about these comic book characters. It's very important. Also, I extremely want a Muleta virtual pet. Okay, small overtly comedic sequences or non sequiturs between situations in a given issue even took on the self-congratulatory tone of corny public service announcements used in the comics of titular Bixby Comics icon Bixby. Taurus and Muleta began life as the underground creation of oddball creative of color Virgil Timothy in the early 80s. However, the weird creation soon took on a life of its own after the owners of toy company Gurgil encountered one of the issues at a local comic book convention. With the unexpected support of a major toy company, Taurus and Muleta was well on its way to the spotlight, but not without a few changes. The original set of issues, printed in black and white with covers colored by hand after the fact, could be explosively violent. Yeah, that sounds like 80s underground comics. The series starred a crime-fighting bull, and a sentient cape with a single giant eye that can shoot rays that either enraged opponents or blew them to pieces. They lived under a bullfighting ring in a high-tech secret lair, built by Taurus under Muleta's direction, because Muleta doesn't have hands. Yep, fair enough. There's a suggestion throughout that Taurus once had a very different life, and is now being mentally coerced by Muleta to dive deeper into a life of vigilante violence he isn't comfortable with. The pair regularly murder a cyborg humanoid unicorn named the Stalwart. There are elements of this that sure do sound an awful lot like the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comics. With all of this in mind, is it any surprise Gurgil would want T&M to alter their image? Unfortunately, the compromises Virgil made during this period would spell the beginning of the end for his involvement in his creation. There are elements of this that sound very much like the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comics. Comics were altered with a new #1 rebranding to be a bit more simple, a little less subversive, no more hints of mind-controlled Taurus, a little more heroic and more humorous. Also, they changed all the enemies to just being robots, probably. Bringing things full circle, Bixby Comics of all entities took on the responsibility of printing and distributing the series, putting a stamp of legitimacy on Virgil's now burgeoning career. Soon after, an animated TV show entered development alongside a line of best-selling toys. Hey, this sounds a lot like etc. Within the space of a few years, Taurus and Moletta were everywhere, from cereal boxes to pocket watches to t-shirts. Around this time, animal rights groups got a hold of the central conceit of the series, and all hell broke loose. Everyone seemed to collectively realize that this was a comic based on bullfighting. You know, it honestly didn't even occur to me. Another moment of embarrassing honesty. I should maybe not be so truthful, but it didn't even occur to me, like the big bright red thing and the bull. Brief media panic ensured that the cultural cachet of Taurus and Moletta plummeted. An in-development feature movie quickly had its funding and marketing budget slashed as a result. Virgil attempted to get the rights for the movie back to avoid a half-finished project killing their characters in the public eye, only to find the paperwork he had signed with his friends at Gurgle meant he had no rights. Yep, that kind of stuff happens. The movie, Taurus and Moletta Crime Rush, bombed, a confusing, rushed disappointment for both fans and creator. Virgil left comics disillusioned and largely forgotten. Sometimes he reflects in the Hypnospace forums about what happened. For the most part, though, he tries not to. And then there were new animated series, and only in recent years has Gurgle dared to bring back Taurus and Moletta as inexplicable officers of the law in a techno-cyber future, keeping cartoon villains from destroying the world. Taurus has a cybernetic eye, while Moletta sprouts sassy catchphrases in a thin, high comedic voice, despite not having a mouth. The first monster they defeated was an owl attempting to start a bullfighting ring with cybernetic bulls. In Taurus X 2089, the now beloved characters live on in a form that actually seems like it might stick. The subversive tool of expression for a kooky independent creator has become the polished, inoffensive mascot of choice for a faceless toy conglomerate. What a world. I mean, it happens, man. That's just sort of how it always goes. Well, so he's working on virtual pets for HypnoS already at this point. Where would he... Let's look at the virtual pets thing. Probably this will take us where we want to go. So I remember seeing April the Angelic Hamster and not buying it and then feeling bad afterward. Hold on a second. Let's look at Roddy's project diary. I know we looked at it already and we looked at it after this point, so it's not like it's going to say anything new in it. Although I guess it is a page we hadn't been to, right? Or at least a version of a page we hadn't been to. Dylan let me in on the plans for the year 2000 HypnoS update, and I don't think anyone is ready for what we are about to unleash. Boy, ain't that the truth. So Squisher's cat character, Flying Hamster, a pink squid. Sandwich users might want to download yourself a pet, right? We know all about that. So nothing on here about a Moletta pet. Out of curiosity, did I go here in the December version? I did not. Okay, but there was no new text on it. Still, it's good to archive all of it. Well, I guess let's finish looking around Roddy's stuff, right? Take me back up to the main page. Really? None of Roddy's pages are marked as like his home page. The Bullring fan art? How to draw classic Taurus. He's much better anyway. Number 1, start drawing him. Number 2, continue drawing him. Number 3, finish drawing him. Who is Taurus? I guess we ought to visit every version of this page real quick just to make sure it's all archived. By Moletta Ultra 27 of the comic shop. Gotta make sure we go to every version of the thing. Yeah, it did not change at any point. There's a lot of mention of what he was up to at the time. I wonder if he would have kept it in the Secret Sovereign Alliance of Imagination. I think that the Okay, SAI freelance have been moved off to a different service entirely. And there's definitely a link to the bull ring. Okay, the freelance portal will be here once they're finished. There's no freelance available yet. You know, the page says that he was working on it in early November. It doesn't necessarily say that he finished it in early November. Maybe we need to be looking in the late November version of the thing. Let's just see if the bull ring has any pages on it that are not easily accessed. Fan art. So no. No is the answer to that question. Well, again, let's make sure that we go to every version of this. So we were already at the November 5th version. I'm assuming nothing meaningful changed. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're doing a good job of getting stuff filled in the archival project, at least. There are a lot of pages. Presumably, these are all pages that we never went to. Archive public, archive unlisted. Yeah, all of the stuff that's red is stuff that we did not go to during that time period. And there's a lot of net available. Presumably, now, we would have access to the November 5th version of all of the stuff we couldn't get to because we didn't have access to the zones, right? Because we could go there in the December 31st version and then walk back. Yeah, I really didn't look around much on the 31st. I mean, to be fair, we were very busy, and also it wasn't really working that well. Maybe in the December 31st version of the thing, we'll be able to find an archive of virtual pets? Because remember, the stuff we're looking for is not necessarily well hidden. It's just the case that, people couldn't access it at all because nobody had a headband. Quality reviews of HypnoS software. And also, quite a song. I feel like we did see this page. I certainly saw this image a bunch of times. Well, let's archive all the versions of it again. Okay, take me back to my search. That was about jazz. That was not this page. Okay, it's got it, but it has to stop, though. Okay, this is when we saw the page, and here's a time during which we had not seen the page. Okay. Some of this stuff is going to take a little while to do, because I'm going to be obsessed with filling in all the little boxes on the archival system. You can't just show me a bunch of little boxes and tell me I can fill them in, and then expect me not to do it. That is not how my brain works. But this page is useless to us. So I guess, hold on. I do in fact want that search. The pets feature had already launched. There's no reason necessarily that Roddy would have had to have been super secretive about his thing, except that I guess it's a pet that is it's a copyrighted character, and Merchantsoft doesn't own the copyright, so maybe they would have made him hide it for legal reasons. Mushi. Is Mushi the... Yeah, Mushi might be the virtual pet that, that was a squisher, right? Yeah, that's right. Mushi was totally a name of one of the squishers. That one. And as long as we're here, let's make sure we hit it in every era. Yep, that doesn't help us much. I keep clicking the safe mode button because I'm just pressing buttons at random, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Let's jump back to the Lost and Found. I do wish that it wasn't so many clicks to jump around in the eras. Like, that box could totally just show all 4 eras. Okay, no, he was not working on it in early November. He finished it. Search for pets didn't bring anything up. A search for that character's name didn't bring anything up. Looking at Roddy's pages wasn't helpful. Where would something like that... Where would something like that be? Maybe we should move on to something else. You know what? I'm kind of curious about this. Dimitri and his submarine. So what did that email say? There was a page, right? The page took us to... Or the email took us to a page where the HypnoCoin donate button was. And that happened pretty early. At least I think it happened pretty early. Yes, here. Deep into the deep. Dimitri S. Jackson. Help me explore the ocean for treasure and you will not be sorry. Well, that'll tell us something. Treasure found, going back out tomorrow. I have found treasure. I went on my first trip but could not get my camera to function, so no one would believe me and help me get it. I'm going to go out tomorrow on a boat and dive for it myself. I'll post an update soon. I am so close. Here are the DD coordinates in case something happens to me. I'm going to assume that that will be meaningful to other people. Expedition is underway, thanks to SB. I'm in the planning stage of the expedition. I found a submarine on auction, maybe auction, and I will use the funds from the rich benefactor to secure and repair it. How are you going to... I gave him 200 HypnoCoin. How are you going to use HypnoCoin to do any of these things? Here's an image of this submarine. I can't believe he actually tried to go out in that. I cannot afford a crew at this time, so I'll have to go all alone. I am charting maps and looking for the most likely place of hiding treasures. If I find the treasures, I will bring a crew back to retrieve them and share it with my generous donators. Yo, he was for real, though? I mean, I didn't donate very much to him, right? Okay, well, what did the Lost and Found page say? Because I think this seems like it qualifies, right? Any information we can find on what may have happened to cause his disappearance. Okay. I guess let's try DD coordinates. Let's try to find out what those are. Maybe we need to actually find out where these coordinates go before that will be considered solved. That's not very useful. I have no idea what DD coordinates are. And DD was... we won't be able to search for DD as a tag. I think because it's too short. Out of curiosity. Dimitri Jackson. I do wish that that would stay visible over the thing here. 20202A. Okay. Didn't think so. But, you know. Flist could be a place that you might store a secretive thing. Well, for some reason, this is not setting off the Lost and Found thing. Let me explore the ocean for treasure, and you will not be sorry. Coordinates didn't return anything. Maybe like map? Yeah, it doesn't even look for terms that are 3 characters or shorter, it seems like. What if I wanted to locate a ship? How would I do that? None of this seems useful. Actually, this is kind of interesting, though. Dear Teentopia friends, this is my last message. My dad is selling my headband and canceling Hypnospace. Someone from church saw my page and my Squishers art and told on me. I do not believe that Squishers is satanic, and I thought my dad agreed with me, but now he threw my game in the trash and we have to sell this headband. I'll miss you all. If you are ever in Ohio, come to the spirit-filled Full Gospel Temple to meet me. Not on New Year's, though. We're not having the normal service. We're going to my cousin's house because the Lord gave my dad a word of knowledge to prepare, so we are pretty sure that the rapture will come this New Year's Eve. Well, he was like half right. We already archived all the versions of this. What if we look for, like, submarine? He said he was going to go alone again, but maybe I choose not to believe him. Also, typing the word submarine is borderline impossible. Nope. Boat, maybe? I'm going to go out again tomorrow on a boat and dive for it myself. Where might he get a boat? Is that a thing we can know? Nope. Casper will paint your boat, though, in case you're curious about that. Let's just archive Casper's page. I don't think we went there. Yep. At this point, I am just playing Archivist. It doesn't take us long to go through all the pages on his site, especially if I'm not actually looking at them. I mean, we know it's here already, right? We saw all this stuff. He is, in fact, a proud member of the Imagination Thingy Alliance. But see, this is what I was talking about. This doesn't need to be a multiple clicks process. We could just jump to the one other timeline that matters. Okay. So we know that Dimitri went out on his boat. We don't have any idea how to find out where those coordinates are. If you had asked me to guess whether or not this would be enough, I would have guessed that it would. Because somebody could use these coordinates for something. He did find the treasure, though. Could not get my camera to function, so no one would believe me and help me get it. Yeah, he totally actually found the treasure. That's crazy. I don't know what to do with these coordinates. It's a shame there's no button. We should probably go ahead and install that thing. Sort by date? The only way anyone should ever sort something like this? Oh, I didn't even get it off the email.
Downloading Sam Hammer.
Yeah, like we should probably install this. We should have this available. But it's a shame there's no button that's like, hey, is this the thing I was looking for? Because it feels like we went to the right page here, and it's just not, the whatever is not triggering. And it's frustrating to not know for sure, like, whether this is right or whether this is just a bug. Because it feels like it ought to be a bug, right? I never got to actually close that final case, did it? Nope. To Sam, Merchant Soft Admission of Guilt. Yeah, we'll work on it. Never did get to close this case, and we never will, and that's going to bother me for some reason. Oh, wait, maybe... Cannot overstate how proud I am to introduce my good friend and former full-time employer, Dylan Merchant, is joining our team. That doesn't seem like a good thing. Well, now I understand why Sam would not want us to be telling other souls about what she finds, or what I find for her. That seems like a real bad thing. We actually don't want Dylan Merchant around. He's here to cover up what's happening. I can't believe there's more plot. This game is a different thing than I thought it was going to be. Alright, well, we have some... oh, man. If any of you come across something that seems like it came from inside Merchant Soft, please contact me before going to the rest of the group. I can verify stuff, provide context. I'm an open book with a lot to offer here. Excited to join this passionate team and make sure the full legacy of Hypnospace is preserved properly. Sent from my D-phone. Okay. Yeah. Some of the things that that Sam said are making more sense now. I wonder if we were supposed to have seen this before we saw Sam's thing? Or maybe Sam was just worried that, like, she knows that Artie knows Dylan, and she's worried that through Artie stuff would get back to him. But okay, her motives are not so suspicious anymore. Anyway, what I was about to say before that email came in was, we have a lot on our plate now. We have a lot of directions to run in, but what we do not have a lot of is time. That is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. This game...
Got hypno mail.
I've got more Hypnomail. This game has really been something. We're going to check out the new Hypnomail first thing tomorrow, and we'll see you then.